Since I got you on the side, you got no just to show me it's mine. I'm trying to treat us.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Brooke and I give lovely advice to the girlies, especially in their 20s, because I'm only 22 and I'm still learning. I'm still getting the hang of this thing called life. And so, you know, I thought why not get through it together? I don't know. I could just be, you know, dreaming. But yeah, but I am back after a month of grinding. But yeah, we are back, and as you can see, this is kind of a little different. I really just want to share the lessons that I've learned so far in my life as a 22-year-old, and I know that there's so many more lessons obviously to learn, and I can't, I just feel like I'm always asking older people, 30 years old, 40, you know, what's advice you would give to a 20-year-old? You know, what are the lessons you've learned that are different from what you know, thought was right when you were in your 20s? So I love getting those different point of views for sure. And so I created a list of all lessons I learned from the experiences that I have endured. And for me, as I've gotten older, obviously I've changed my perspective on if something is happening to me. It's not more as why is this happening to me? It's what is this teaching me? What is it going to do for me? I feel like a lot of times we go through something and we already we put ourselves through it even more. You know, why is this? Why am I going through this? But it's what is this trying to tell me right now? What is the lesson in this? And not the lesson, then the blessing. Sometimes both. Okay. So yeah, so that is what the video is about, and let's get into it. Stop pouring into people that do not pour into you. I feel like I've learned this lesson, or I've had to really act on this lesson a few times in the past few months. Now I am not doing shit for no one that does not deserve it. And not as in oh, be selfish and never no, not at all. I work in a restaurant, right? Meaning I deal with customers, but you know how many times we're not required to do birthday celebrations. One, we do them because we want to, but we're not required to unless they ask. Sometimes they don't even ask, and we do them voluntarily. You know how many times I will go out of my way to get a cake, or I will just make something like a birthday celebration so special for a certain customer, and they will literally walk away and not even say thank you. They will barely appreciate it. That's happened to me a few times. And it's not even that we're looking for a tip or anything like that, but we're just looking for an appreciation. We go out of our way to make you smile. And as much as you don't know us and we don't know you, we still do it. So it's I don't know, it's just the thought of we pour into you. And this goes for friends too. That's the thing, we pour into our friends sometimes, but we may think of them as a friend on a different level than they do think of us, if that makes sense. You know, for me, I have my friends, my close friends, my best friends. And you may be thinking that this person's your close friend, really they're just your friend to them. So I am not pouring into people that do not pour into me anymore. I've had people that I've invited them to places and they chose doing something that, you know, something over going to whatever I invited them to. But if somebody else invites them, it's you know, they are quick to jump on it. But then they ask me to go to whatever they're having. And I'm just how does that make sense? How does that make sense? How is it that you want me to show up for you, but you're not going to show up for me? So no, that's not happening. That is not happening. Which brings me into the next lesson. Don't accept the last minute invitation. If they wanted you there, you wouldn't have been an afterthought. One thing I hate is when, let's say the event is the same night or tomorrow, and they'd be oh, and then, oh, do you want to come? Wow. Like, it just makes you feel like you were not important enough to think from ahead of time, because all these people could have been invited before you. And it's like, oh, because I'm here, like, oh, well, we just thought you didn't want to come. No, stop it. Stop it. Sometimes it's the thought that counts. But also, a lot of people just don't think of it from that perspective, which is what I've realized. A lot of people don't think about, oh, like, you know, maybe this and this. A lot of people are selfish. A lot of people just grew up selfish. Probably they just don't want you there. I don't know. For me, even if I can't go somewhere, I love when people just invite me, because it's the fact that you thought about me, and I appreciate that. But, you know, don't accept last minute invitation. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. That is not happening. That means you truly did not think about me. And sometimes, like, I don't even be inviting people, you know, places. I invite people to places depending on, like, the vibe and they give. If I feel like you are a party animal, you're gonna turn this shit up, I'm gonna bring one of my closest friends, right? If I feel like we just want a calm night, I'm gonna probably bring my best friend. Like, it really depends on the vibe. So that's different. But if, let's say, you invited everybody and there's that one person that you just didn't think of, and then you guys are all in a group the next day and you guys are talking about it, but you're like, oh wait, I didn't invite you? That's shady. That's shady. Stop worrying about things that have yet to happen. The one thing I've realized is that I used to, like, ruminate about things a lot of the times. Like, could you not? And a few months later, I wasn't thinking about them because they never actually happened. Our mind is so powerful that it makes us think that, you know, the things that we assume are going to happen actually are going to happen. But it's not worth the overthinking. I think that's kind of what helped cured part of my overthinking. Experiencing things that I ruminated over not happening. Stop trying to prove to people that you deserve a higher position in their life. Like, just stop forcing connections. AKA, let's say your friend gets along better with this girl, right? Who just lights up. You know, she can make friends with everybody, but you just don't really click with her like that, and that is okay. That's okay. You don't have to go out of your way to get this person to like you just because everyone probably likes her. Literally, just be your fucking self. Just be yourself. And I feel like the people that are meant to come in your life, they will not miss you. That goes for everything. Anything that is meant to, you know, be for you is not going to miss you. Okay? It will hit you in the fucking face in a good way, like a ball. Like, it's not gonna miss you. So for me personally, I just kind of stop forcing people, period. That I'm like, you know, if we don't have a connection, I'm not pressed to be friends with certain people. I just don't care. I'm so at a point where I'm actually kind of bad at making friends, because I kind of let the universe do its work. And if we click, we click. If we don't, we don't. And sometimes, like, you may not click at first, but sometimes on your own you can. But personally, like, I ain't forcing shit. If the conversation's not there, I am not forcing anything. I don't feel like I should. And, you know, if we're meant to be friends, we're meant to be friends. That's just how I see it. Yeah. Who knows? I'll ask someone if they want to hang out, vice versa, but I am not going out of my way to force it with someone where I clearly see it's just not working. It's not working, and that's okay. Invest in your appearance. You look good and you smell good, baby, you will feel good, okay? One thing I know is that when I look so good, I feel so confident I can take over the world. Okay, I got the world on my shoulders. I'm just like, I know I'm that bitch, and I don't need to, you know, I don't need to question that, because I know I look good. I try not to leave my house unless I feel 80% confident in my fit, in the beats, in the hair, you know, in the accessories. Like, I want to make sure, like, I'm walking down the block and I'm looking like that girl. I've even tried to start like accessorizing more. I want to smell good. I got all these KLE like mini perfume travel sets because baby, I want to smell good. KLE smells so good. Okay, maybe I should just like put y'all on for a second, just for 1 second. There's this vanilla is my favorite one. I've used up 2 of them already, but I think the lychee, this is the, oh, this is pistachio. I think I use, oh, this is sparkling lychee, okay? Sparkling lychee. This smells so good. And if you just mix it all together, whew, oh, that smells so good. Just spread some. I want to smell like a lemon drop at this point. So yeah, that smells amazing. Put y'all on. Yeah, jewelry, perfume. Make sure your hair is laid. Make sure your lips are looking glossy. Literally, NYX and my Fenty lip balm. Like, that's it. Making sure your lips are always moisturized. Like somebody wants to kiss them every second because they see that your lips are never dry. Make sure you're on that shit. Making sure your makeup has you glowing and it still looks natural. I'm trying to think what else. Your nails. My nails are looking a little crusty because it kind of chipped. But these are my real nails. That's why it chipped. But making sure your nails are done. Making sure your nails are done. And a classy color. I feel like this is kind of a classy color. A classy pop color. A lime greenish. I think that's really cute. One thing I can say, and I've witnessed plenty of times, is that people treat you the way that you appear. So if you dress a certain way, they're gonna treat you a certain way, the way that, you know, they perceive you. And not to say that you should really care what people think, but some people will treat you, you know, like rudely if you're not dressed in a nice way. So yeah, for me personally, as I get older, I want to come off as presentable and like you can have a conversation with me. Sometimes I don't want to be talked to. I'm on the street, but you know, you can talk to me if you want. It's okay. Come over outside. The job you have now is not and does not have to be the job that you have in the future. I feel like there's a lot of people that probably have like 9 to 5s, and you know, there's people that may feel stuck. As a person that is literally experiencing their first 9 to 5 job 5 days a week, it can be scary, especially with how the job market is right now. But this is not the job that, you know, you'll have forever. I think especially as a Gen Z, a lot of us have dreams and we just want to make it there so that we don't have to work this 9 to 5. I work 2 jobs, you know, and of course, like, I would love to reach my dream already so that I don't have to do this anymore. But at the end of the day, I think what is so great about going through this experience is learning the skills and the tools that I need for when, you know, so I know I'll be prepared for when my dream actually does come true. I think these 9 to 5 jobs, or just any job, really teaches you a lot. And I will say, even like my job, it has taught me so much. It has taught me to not force things. It has taught me to not overthink conversations. It has taught me that everyone's kind of weird in their own fucking way. I work with people and I kind of just see the way that they move and they do things. I'm very observant. Almost everyone's weird, and you know, probably they overthink it, like the conversation, but you know, probably they didn't even think it was weird. Like the things that you could be thinking are probably not things that they're thinking, and it makes no sense to ruminate over things that you're not even 100% sure about. So literally, like, I learned so much. I learned to remove parts of my ego because that took over a lot in the beginning, and I'm learning. So I'm actually grateful for this job, as much as like I don't want it to be my future. I'm still grateful because it's helping me learn the skills I need in order for me to become a, you know, grow into a better woman. Yeah. So be grateful. It's literally just a stepping stone. Self-love and confidence is the answer to majority of your problems. I feel like you cannot get a lot of things done authentically without self-love and confidence. Those are like, that is literally the most important thing. That is literally the most important thing when it comes to you, because if you love yourself, you treat others with love. And we're not going to be 100% confident, you know, every single day. Sometimes it's going to be 20%. Self-love and confidence is the answer to majority of your problems. Literally, I feel like I'm able to authentically do my best when I am confident in myself and I know that I can do these things that I put my mind to. If I'm afraid of something, I'm like, you know what, I can do it because I'm confident in myself. There are many times where my heart would be like da 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 da, but because I love myself and I'm confident in myself, there's still that part of me that's like, you're gonna still do this. You're gonna get out of your bed, no matter how scared you are. Like, you're gonna get out your bed and you're going to go to this thing and you're gonna kick ass, no matter how still scared you are. Like, because I know that if I don't do it, I'm gonna regret it. And that's actually gonna lower my self-esteem. The best way to become confident is doing things that you are scared of. Because you literally just told your fucking self, like, yo, I just did that. You told the person that little, you know, little thing on your shoulder, like, the person was like, oh, you can't do that? No, you just told the little person that you can do that, and you did do that. So run towards your fears. That is literally the solution. If you're not feeling confident, run towards any fear you have and just do it. I'm telling you, you will literally feel like a badass. If someone is acting weird, let them. We are not children, okay? Our mouths do work. So do theirs. Like, I've been so many situations. Okay, I wouldn't say so many. I'm being dramatic. I've been in a few situations where people literally, like, will write me a whole paragraph about God knows what a few days later. Why the fuck did you not say anything? I'm sorry for cursing. Why did you not say anything? And the thing is, like, I know when someone's acting weird. Like, you just are becoming distant. You're just not talking as much. You're like, oh, I got a lot going on. I'm just this, I'm just that. I ask you if you're good. And I hate when people lie to me. If I ask you you're good, you say you're good. And then a few days later, you come with a whole paragraph talking about how I do this and you do that and I do that. Like, what? Who is mature in this situation? Okay, it's not like you've told, like, okay, I feel like it's only different if you have confronted me about something I've done, probably at least 2 times, okay? Not even several times. I feel like it's only like effed up if you talked to me about a certain thing I've been doing at least like 2 times. You know, like, this is the second time I have to tell you this, and I just feel like, okay, you know what, then I clearly didn't listen the first time, and that must be frustrating, of course. But if this is like, you never talked to me about this, people make mistakes. People make mistakes. Unless this person is petty and they really did that shit on purpose, they said something on purpose that they wanted to just tick you off. Like, people make mistakes. So the best way to solve it is communication. And if they want to act weird, let them act weird because they don't know how to communicate. If they never communicated anything to you before in the past, let them act weird because we're not children. Period. I could you not, like, I went through a whole period of just dealing with people that do not know how to communicate, and it honestly was like teaching me to not even communicate, because I feel like I was a good communicator until people just like, I just feel like, what is the point? Because people don't want to communicate anyways. But no, learn how to communicate and learn how to communicate properly. A lot of times, like, if you're repeating yourself, then you know what, F them, because they clearly didn't get it. If they're constantly disrespecting you, they clearly did not get it. But if this person has never done anything to you, then talk about it. Because some things can go left when you really was not trying to even go that way. So just relax. God woke you up this morning, be grateful. That should have been the first one, honestly. God woke you up this morning, be grateful. I feel like you have to be so grateful that you have fingers, that you have a mouth to chew, that you have toes to wiggle, that you have a booty to shake, that you have eyes to see. And if you can't see still, you know, we have to be so grateful that we have these things. We have our 5 senses. You know, most of us have a roof over our heads, an education, opportunity for education. And it's like sometimes you take all those things for granted. It's not until you lose those things that you start to say, you know, I should have appreciated it more. I should have appreciated life more. Every single morning, whether that's in my head or out loud, I always say, thank you, God, for waking me up this morning. Thank you, God, for waking me up this morning. This is another opportunity for you to use what God gave you. Like, literally. And be grateful for that. A lot of times we're so caught up in all this stupid shit, but God forbid you just found out, like, you know, the worst news. That's when you want to start living your life. You're like, damn, I need to do this, I need to do that, I should have been did that, and you start to feel regretful. You need to start living your life now, but also being grateful for things that you have now instead of fixating on the things that you don't have. A lot of times you're like, no, I need to get this, I need to get this. No, you have so many things in front of you right now. Appreciate them right now while you work towards what you really want to. But gratitude is one of the most important things. I think sometimes we forget that until we lose it. It's like a person. Sometimes we don't, well, sometimes people, you know, you need to lose someone in order for you to appreciate them. So appreciate them while they're here, not when they're gone. Ooh, this is my favorite one because I feel like it's just worked for me. But acting clueless and not caring is the answer. Like, it's okay to be selfish sometimes. Now I want to clear this up because I'm not the one to be selfish, but I do think it's okay to be selfish sometimes and just not care. Sometimes the problem is that, and this is what kind of causes overthinking, we care too much. I think after caring too much, I don't want to care anymore. I mean, I don't want to care no more. Okay, so yeah, I just don't care. Literally just saying that in my head, I just don't care. If he wants to go do that, I don't care. If she wants to do that, I don't care. It's so, like, kind of helps. It is what it is. I don't care. The problem is that we care too much. If you just don't really give too much care to it, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. Like, don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I think when you go through also too much hurt, and whenever you did care too much, it never really got you anywhere. Caring too much never got you anywhere except stress the fuck out. So yeah, I think all that just really has me like, I really don't care. Let them do whatever they want to do. If this person wants to do that, let them. I don't give a flying fly. Let them do whatever they want to do. All right, I'll do 3 more. So this video is not too long. Your friends' friends are not really your friends. I will repeat that one more time because a lot of people got that messed up in their heads. Your friends' friends are not really your friends. I kid you not, and this is why I'm not always so buddy-buddy with everybody that I meet when it comes to somebody else's friends, because that is your friend. Now, this is an opportunity for us to become friends, yes. At the end of the day, this is still your friend first. Y'all met on y'all terms, right? we are meeting based off our mutual friends' terms. So at the end of the day, your friends' friends are not really your friends. Unless you guys decide to all hang out as a bunch all the time, or you guys decide to hang out separately, your friends' friends are not really your friends. That's all I have to say about that. Respond, do not react. Literally in this book, 48 Laws of Power, the one law is always say less than necessary. Always say less than necessary. There's also another one. Is it win through your actions, never through an argument? Basically. So, respond, do not react. I feel like when you have so much like emotional intelligence, you know how to respond and communicate. Yeah, I've been learning how to do that. I've been learning to just be patient with people when they just do stupid shit. And as much as I really want to make them feel stupid and use my sarcasm, because at this point it's just like, you just asked the stupidest question and you really want me to respond with an answer that, you know, doesn't make you know that, but whatever. But yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. How could, I don't know, how? But yeah, those are the first few tips. This is only part 1, and I'll make a part 2 of the rest of the tips that I have. I definitely want to always grow and learn more about, you know, life. And like I said, I take everything as a lesson, every experience. So yeah, I will continue sharing those tips with y'all every step of the way. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.